Well, in spite of previous announcements from the Russian paramilitary organization the Wagner Group, the Ukrainian city of Soledar is far from getting captured. Special Operation Forces claim over 100 Russian military personnel were killed near the embattled city as Russia tries to cut supply routes for Ukraine.
And in the last 24 hours, Ukrainian troops killed over 400 Russian troops, more than half of Russia's fighting forces currently in Ukraine. But while Russian losses continue to grow, their attacks are simply not slowing down. Russia reportedly shelled the Bakhmut area 249 times over the past day alone. A look at satellite images here of Soledar shows hundreds of shell craters and not a single building appears to remain intact.
Meanwhile, the Ukrainian state power grid operator says the country continues to experience significant power deficits. Energy consumption limits are now in place across Ukraine to maintain the strain on the system. Joining us right now, advisor to the Ukrainian Defense Secretary, Yuri Sak. Tell me, sir, there's a lot going on right now. Give us an idea of what kind of damage Russia is doing.
The damage that Russia is doing is very critical and significant because, they have already carried out over 10 massive missile strikes. They're using ballistic missiles, they're using the Iranian drones to destroy our energy infrastructure. And as we speak, our General Staff of the Ukrainian Armed Forces is issuing a warning to the Ukrainian people that another massive missile strike is on the cards and we should be expecting it. And when such a warning is issued, people are advised, to be very vigilant when they hear the air raid sirens. When it comes to the situation on the Eastern Front, of course, this is the situation which is reminiscent of the scenes from the World War I. This is a trench war. The Russians are throwing everything they have at the cities of Soledar and Bakhmut. The fields around these cities are literally littered with the Russian corpses. Russians have no regard for the life of their own soldiers. They're using them as cannon fodder. And of course, they're lying. They're playing the propaganda game, trying to convince the world that they are gaining ground, that they are getting control, which is not true. But having said that, we have to understand that this is a very critical situation and our military command is fully in control. They're assessing all the options that the Ukrainian army have. And, the difference between the Ukrainian army and the enemy is that we value the life of our soldiers. This is why, we will take decisions accordingly, depending on how the situation will develop. But for now, indeed, we are in control of Soledar.
And your Ukrainian troops are expected to begin training on the Patriot missile system here in the U.S. next week. But that process, of course, will take some time. Is there anything that Ukrainians need right now to help them keep the Russians back, to help push them back?
Well, since you've mentioned the Patriot system, I would like to take this opportunity to, on behalf of the Ukrainian people, to thank the American people, the American taxpayers, for all the support that we've been receiving since day one of this war. I cannot begin to describe to you how much this means to us. And the United States of America is showing leadership across the globe. And now, we are going to get the Patriot systems. The Ukrainian servicemen are already en route to the U.S. to begin the training. Yeah. Of course, it will take some weeks, maybe a bit more than months, but at the same time, this will ensure that we are able to increase the peace and security of our cities, because Patriot systems are some of the most sophisticated air defense systems in the world. So, they will complement our existing air defense capabilities, and for this, we are thankful.
Because Yuri Sak, thank you so much for joining us, sir, and good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.